Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover a topic that I think gets overlooked way too much and debunks the myth. I'll probably make a video on this one day as well, but debunks the myth that Squarespace designers are not real designers. So in this video, I'm going to cover why Squarespace is a great place to start if you've never designed a website before and you want to begin as a website designer. So this can be if you want to start freelancing, or you want to make some money on the side, or let's say perhaps you just need to make a little bit of extra cash quickly. Website design is a great place to start, especially if you're comfortable with software, you have a bit of an eye for design. This is a really good spot to begin. So some people will say that you are not a real designer if you design websites on Squarespace, and I believe that is a cop-out. It is just not true. Seriously, nothing could be further from the truth. See, the thing is, Squarespace is actually one of the best platforms for website designers to build sites on. Not because it's the most customizable, not because it has the most features, but because it is the easiest to pass off to the client when the project is done. And you may say, well, there could be upsells or other things that you offer, or continued maintenance and support. Number one, you could do that with Squarespace, but truly, you don't want to be there and have to fix every little detail. Hey, we want to change the hours on our website in the footer. Hey, we want to add this. Hey, we want to adjust this. Hey, a plugin broke the site. Hey, we want to adjust the homepage and move this section from here to here. All of those things you could teach someone quickly and easily on Squarespace. It is the best interface for a business owner, because I have a core belief that business owners should not become web developers. They are business owners, and that's what their focus should be. That's where you come in. So you come in as a freelancer, someone who's good with software, who could learn the Squarespace interface, build the site for them, and then teach it to them at the end. So in this video, I'm going to cover 3 barriers that Squarespace removes that makes designing websites on Squarespace one of the best options on the market. And just a quick interruption, if you get value from this video at any point in the video, smash that like button. When you hit that like button, it lets me know. It lets the YouTube algorithm know some fancy stuff, but it lets me know that you got value from this content. Okay, so the first barrier to entry that Squarespace removes for freelancers who are just starting out is the reason most people avoid website design, is the barrier to entry about learning how to code. Website design is complicated. To understand how to set up JavaScript, CSS, HTML, headers, footers, body tags, sections, mains, divs, flexboxes, everything in between is a lot of work. Pile on top of that, it's mobile responsive, and pile on top of that, it's SEO friendly, and pile on top of that, creating a sitemap. It can be an exhausting task. Squarespace does all the heavy lifting. You have top-level security, you have a sitemap pre-built for your site, you have all the pages created, your navigation is responsive, your site is responsive, everything is already pre-built so that all you have to do is place items on the page. Yes, it might not be exactly as you want it, but all of those items, once you place it on the page, will show up great on desktop and mobile. And yes, I would be remiss to say that if you learn these things, it's actually quite valuable to understand how the header and the footer and SEO and sections work, and main and body and code, especially custom CSS and HTML, so you could adjust the site exactly as you want it. Those are great things to learn. But consider this. How do children learn a language? They learn to speak, and then they learn to read and write. So yes, you could learn how to code and then build websites, but there is something very powerful, and it's actually the way I learned, to learn how to build a site with all these complicated pieces removed, and then understand how they all work together. So number one, you don't need to learn how to code. Squarespace removes that barrier to entry. Number 2, the second barrier to entry that Squarespace removes is that you can launch a site within a few hours. I think in today's society, we take for granted how complex it is to launch a blog, e-commerce, and full-on website that's mobile responsive in literally just a few hours. And if you wanted to just do it at the fastest speed possible, you could probably get it done in less than an hour. From 0 to 100. And side note, if you want a video walking through what those steps would look like, let me know. I started jotting them down, but I haven't created the content yet. So basically, this is how it works. You buy the domain, you build a site, you publish the site, you connect the domain, and then you launch. It's that simple. And you could do it with all the features I just mentioned. You could do it with a store. You could do it with a blog. These are really advanced features that you could just include in your site with 2 clicks. Add, blog, save. 3 clicks actually. That's all it takes to add a blog to your website. Yes, you need the content, and yes, if you're setting up e-commerce, you're gonna need a Stripe account or a PayPal account, which may take a few days to get approved. But at the end of the day, if you already have those, or if you start that process earlier, you could launch a site within an hour or a few hours. Now, I understand, practically with a client, that's probably never gonna happen. But in reality, if you want to start a side project or you want to develop something, a website is one of the first ways to get started, and Squarespace removes so many barriers to entry to build a site that's SEO friendly, mobile responsive, and is easy to manage. So what have we covered so far? First of all, Squarespace removes the barrier to entry that you need to learn how to code. Number 2, you could literally launch a site within hours. And number 3, this one is very critical and key. You can look extremely professional. And it's really easy to make your clients look professional as well. I've mentioned it before, the site's already mobile responsive. It has full SSL security on the site built in. It's not an add-on, it's not a plugin. You don't have to pay extra for it. It's SEO ready. And it's connected to a bunch of amazing tools. You can basically connect your site to any Google Sheet. So if a form goes to a Google Sheet or any type of information goes to a Google Sheet, you could then connect that through Zapier and then connect it to thousands of tools. This may sound very similar to the first and second points I brought up in this video, but this one's a little bit different because how robust the tool really is. Again, it may seem that over time we've taken these tools for granted, but you have so many features built into Squarespace. Is it perfect? No. Does it have everything everyone needs? No. Are there things that are clearly not the best choice to build your website on Squarespace? Say, for example, if you want to make a directory, is Squarespace the best tool for that? No. But there are very clear benefits to using a tool like Squarespace. If you're launching a portfolio, a consultancy, a local business, an agency, Squarespace is a great place to begin. And listen, anyone who tells you that Squarespace is too simplistic or it's not for real web designers is missing one important point. And it's a huge point. At the end of the day, it is not about the platform. Designers make beautiful websites often for designers. Yes, Apple makes a beautiful landing page for all their products that sells billions of dollars worth of product, but they're in a completely different category. At the end of the day, these websites are often for small businesses trying to connect with customers, trying to show up on Google. So yes, you could use more advanced features or you could have all these customizations. But at the end of the day, Squarespace offers a tool that gets you up and running quickly. You don't need to learn how to code, and it makes you look so professional. And most of my clients do not care what platform the site is built on. They just want to make sure it is easy to manage and it shows them in a professional and robust way. So thank you for watching today's videos. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. Are you thinking about becoming a website designer as a freelancer, or specifically a UX designer or a Squarespace designer? Leave a comment below and let me know if there's anything I can help you with in this process. I've built hundreds of websites on Squarespace. I've probably touched over 1,000 websites at this point on Squarespace, from website design to SEO to customizations and everything in between. So if you have any questions, drop them down below. Finally, if you got value from this video, hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, we publish new content every single week. So hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.